Well, what's going on, everybody? San Diego's favorite son, Martin Correia. Just taking a little bit of moment out here, One Paseo, reading a little bit of on the article on Riverwalk, the $4 billion investment. Boy, that thing's been a long time coming, but boy, are we going to be excited. I think it's going to be a really great injection of the economy right into that area. But I also want to talk to you all a little bit about your why. Why do you live? What do you look for? What motivates you? Why listen to this video? So here's why I'm going to tell you should listen to this video, because you know what? There's been some really interesting data points that I think is, as we have a lot of ambiguity of where we're going and why invest? Why sell? Okay, so let me give it a best shot. We're going to use some data points here. I'm going to actually highlight a little bit on downtown. I was just listening to Alan Nevin, economist for the past 30, 40 years. He's still rocking it, throwing out some of the best points out here. And he had said, look, if we just know that 6 months is a normal market, and during the height of the market, we were at 2 months in San Diego, which is crazy because you're talking about one of the top 7 cities, and we're at 2 months inventory, and now we're at 6 months. And you're talking about biotech going into downtown, 5,000 new units going down there. There's another 12,000 units in the pipeline to be constructed, but they're all apartments. None of them are new builds for live-in, owner-occupied. It's really interesting, and yet it's still not enough inventory. The reality of the fact that there's also one of the highest construction new projects that are going to be coming on, none of them are going to downtown. So really interesting to watch downtown. The one thing that hurts downtown is the high HOAs, but there's still a need. And so watch downtown. I think it's going to be a really interesting play. Let's talk a little bit about why invest in some other areas. When we look at what is happening overall on a general spectrum in San Diego, one of the things that we're all thinking is interest rates are going to go up. Prices are going to drop down dramatically. Let's wait until here's the reality. When I told you that we're at 6 weeks inventory, the normal market is 6 months, during this meeting, one of the individuals raised their hand and said, well, okay, Alan, so when are we going to get back to a normal market of 6 months inventory? Deadpan looked right in the face and said, we're never going to be there. We have a housing crisis. So what is the reality with these high interest rates going out? I'm not saying you rush to get into something just because. If you find a home that you've been looking for because you have a need, the reality is you may want to consider doing something not because of the way our parents did it, but maybe you move into an interest only next 3 to 4 years. And then ultimately you move into a play when it refinance because interest rates come back down to correct the market. You know what's going to happen. Have confidence in the data that we've been doing historically. So when I look at this, look at your own personal situation. Be smart, be savvy, be realistic, but don't be afraid. You could be those individuals that are on the sidelines and always say, I'm going to wait for a better time or when the market crashes. We're not crashing. Softening, there's value to that. But there are ways to maximize today's situation because it's not the end of the world. Give me a call if you have any questions. And we can talk about your why. Of course, you need to make it a great day. Thanks for stopping by.